And a closer look tonight at the self-driving Uber car that hit and killed a woman in Tempe. The NTSB right there on scene this week looking into what happened. With the investigation just getting started, so many people want to know who is at fault here and would anyone face any punishment. ABC 15's Angie Koehle pushing for answers tonight.
If you or I break a traffic law, we get a ticket. So what if the car has no driver? Who gets a fine for the infraction?
There are two different positions, either of which could be right.
Valley attorney James Arrowwood studies driverless car technology and the law. He says, unfortunately, a crash was bound to happen because technology isn't foolproof.
The good news out of this particular tragedy is we will have more information than we've ever had in an auto accident. We'll have sensors, we'll have cameras, we'll have visuals, we'll have everything.
But when it comes to liability, Arrowwood says our governor's executive order requires driverless cars to follow the same rules of the road as you and I, and more.
It specifies that if a company operates an autonomous vehicle, it has to comply with all of the laws, the traffic safety laws, in addition to extra parameters for autonomous vehicles.
Meaning no driver does not mean no fine.
If one of the autonomous vehicles were to be speeding, then Uber would get a ticket for speeding.
Arrowwood says where it gets cloudy is the civil liability. Currently, a plaintiff could go after a driver, the car maker, maybe a company like the tire manufacturer.
You had a limited universe. Now, with autonomous vehicles, we don't know how deep that universe goes. For instance, could the municipality, could the government have some responsibility for either permitting those cars to be on the road or for not having sensors in place that cross-coordinate with street signs, for instance?
Arrowwood says although the Tempe crash is a tragedy, the public has to remember the technology isn't perfect or magical, and it's virtually impossible to avoid every collision. The goal is to reduce injuries and death.
A lot of information we don't know yet.
In Tempe, Angie Koehle, ABC 15, Arizona.